Hello, good morning to everybody. Welcome to a new video, and for today's video I'm going to focus on a grammar topic, okay? And I think it's important to know. I'm going to tell you about phrasal verbs, okay? Both form and meaning. So I'm going to tell you the basic idea about phrasal verbs. I'm going to tell you what they are, okay? And I'm going to mention some examples of phrasal verbs. Okay, as always, I will have a document, okay, to use in this video. So I will send you the document and you have activities to do too. Okay, so let's see. Well, you know that phrasal verbs are a type of verb in English that is made up of two different parts. Okay, so we have a verb, okay, where a part functioning as a verb, for example, find, and then to form a phrasal verb, we add a particle. Okay, for example, to the verb find, we can add the particle out, and we have find out. Okay, find out. The meaning of find out is guess, for example. That's a phrasal verb. Okay, when we have a verb form and a particle, and we get a new meaning, a new verb. Okay. English is very common to find phrasal verbs in English, and as you know, they are normally found in conversation. Okay, so more people use it more in conversation than in written English. Okay, so let's see. Well, I'm going to refer to the document now. I'm going to tell you some examples that are included here. Okay, so let's start. So in section 8, you have an explanation, a very short explanation about the formation of phrasal verbs. Okay, but when you have here, you can read here that we can have two different types of phrasal verbs. Okay, we can have either a verb plus adverb or preposition, one of the two. Okay, this is a case of most phrasal verbs. Okay, two parts. Okay, but in English we can also have a phrasal verb consisting of three different parts. So we can have the verb plus a preposition plus an adverb. Okay, three different parts. There are many examples too. Okay, so let's see some examples about this. You have here some sentences as examples. And for example, the price of petrol is going up again. The price of petrol is going up again. To go up, to increase. Okay. So to take this verb as an example, when we talk in English, when native speakers talk in conversation, they prefer going up. But when they write, the preference can be increasing. Well, it depends on the person. It depends on personal preferences, but the basic idea is that, as I told you before, phrasal verbs are used more in conversation. Okay, and the common verb, the normal standard verb, are used in writing. Okay, such as increasing. Okay, and more. Let's see more. He fell over and hurt his knee. Fall over, to fall to the ground. When you are playing a football match and you fall over and you fall to the ground, that's the idea. Okay, fall over, another phrasal verb. Fall plus over. Here we have, in this case, a verb plus preposition. More. She is trying to find out. This one is the one I mentioned before. Find out, to learn, to discover the name of that new hotel. She is trying to guess, to learn, to discover. Okay, again, in writing, we would use the word discover, and then when we speak in English, they normally prefer find out. Okay, as you can see, find out is different from find. Okay, find, the meaning changes when we add the particle. That's what happens normally. Okay, and so let's see more examples. Who's going to look after the children when their mother is in hospital? Who is going to look after? Look after, to take care of. Take care of. Okay? So take care of would be the written preference. Okay? And look after the spoken preference. Okay? The verb we use when we speak in English. Okay? More. If you don't understand the meaning, look it up. Look it up. Okay? Look it up. Okay? Okay, another thing here, another thing I want to emphasize here, the order of phrasal verbs and objects. Okay, when this is important for you. Okay, when a phrasal verb has an object and it is a personal pronoun, such as it cannot be after the after the phrasal verb. We can't say in English, look up it. No, that's not correct. Okay, when we have the pronoun, we have to include it in the middle. Okay, for those phrasal verbs which need an object. Okay, and when we have something like a word, look up the word. We can decide between two different places where it goes. Okay, so for example, look up the word or look the word up. Okay, when we have a noun, when we don't have a personal pronoun, and we can choose the position. Okay, after the phrasal verb or between, in the middle. Okay, between the two particles. Okay, this applies to all the phrasal verbs who take an object, who need an object. Okay, is that clear? I hope so. I hope I have explained myself in a good way. Okay, so remember, when we have a personal pronoun, and it goes in the middle, okay, as an object. Okay, and when we don't have a personal pronoun and we have a common noun such as a book, a dictionary, look the dictionary up, or look the word up, or look up the dictionary, or look up the word. Okay, and more. Now in the next example, we have a double phrasal verb. Okay, a phrasal verb containing double particle, two particles. Okay, in this case, the example is he doesn't get on with. He doesn't get on with. Okay, to get on with someone, to get on with a person, means to have a good relationship with that person. Okay, so he doesn't get on with his parents. Okay, we have verb plus adverb plus preposition. That's the idea. Okay, verb, adverb plus preposition. You have it all written here. Okay, so let's continue now with section B. Okay, in section B, I'm going to explain now some differences in meaning that some phrasal verbs have. Okay, there can be different situations here depending on the phrasal verb. For example, there are some particles that are added to a verb and don't really change the meaning. They only make it sound more natural. Okay, more English. Okay, they make it, they emphasize the meaning of the original verb. Okay, for example, I didn't wake up until 7 o'clock. Okay, you know that the verb wake is when you in the morning, when you open your eyes, okay, and your sleep finishes. That's wake. But wake up is very similar. But wake up reinforces the idea of waking, okay, of despertar. So it reinforces that idea. The same happens with, for example, hurry up, hurry up. You know that hurry is when you go fast because you don't have time. Okay, for example, or when you're late. So hurry up is more or less the same as hurry. Okay, hurry up or we'll be late. More, sit down and be quiet. You know that sit is when you use a chair, okay, to see a play or for anything. Okay, when you want to rest, you sit in a chair. You use a chair, okay, to rest, for example. Sit down is very similar, but sit down also includes the movement. Okay, so down specifies the movement you do to sit on a chair. Okay, sit down, okay. More, I am saving up for a new computer. I am saving up for a new computer. Well, saving up and save are similar too, okay. So when you keep money, okay, when you collect money, okay, and you keep it to buy something, okay. And more, he stood up and went over to the door. He stood up, okay. You know that stand is when you rise, okay, when you imagine you are sitting and then you stand, okay. So stand up and stand up are similar to in meaning, okay. As I've told you, these particles only emphasize the meaning of the verb, make it stronger, okay, the meaning, the idea, okay, of standing up, saving up, okay. And more, he told me to lie down on the bed. He told me to lie down on the bed, okay. To lie down when you are tired again, for example, and you see a bed and then you lie down, okay. Again, down reinforces the direction of the movement you are doing, okay. You're lying down, you're changing your height, okay, to a lower height, okay, on the bed in this case. So down again when you go, okay, you go down, okay. Lie down, tumbarse, okay. It reinforces the idea. Again, both lie alone and lie down are very similar in meaning, okay. Okay, so let's see more. Another idea you have here is that sometimes another adds a particular meaning. So another a particle that we add to a verb changes a bit or adds a new meaning, okay. For example, the particle back, when you imagine the contrast between go and go back. Go back, that's an example, okay. Go back is another phrasal verb, go back, okay. The meaning of return, in this case they express opposite ideas. Go, okay, to a place. Go back, okay, from a place to a place, okay, to return. You have gone and then you return there, okay. Go back, okay. There are more examples and more. Well, take back to return, okay. You take it but you take back, okay. You took it and then you take back, okay. Now, okay, you have here more examples, okay. And more. And now the next one is the and now you have some examples of particles that change the meaning of the verb. They change the meaning, okay. So for example, take off. You know that take off is applied to planes, okay. When the plane goes away, when the flight begins, before the flight begins, the plane takes off from the runway, okay. So take off doesn't mean the same as take. The meaning is totally different, okay. And get on doesn't mean the same as get. Get on doesn't mean the same as get. You get on the bus, for example. Get on the bus, okay. When the bus arrives and at the bus stop, you get on the bus, okay. You can also, but you get money, okay. No, so nothing to do. Get on with get. They have totally different meanings, okay. Well, you have more examples in section B. You have some ideas here about some other phrase, some other particles that change the meaning of the original verb. Okay, so you can read them. Okay, you can read them here. Okay, and now let's see section C to finish with.